I'm Kristin Potter, and I'm going to discuss with you what I've learned so far in gaming motivational strategies this month. In the first week, we were introduced to role-playing games and different gaming strategies, and we had to play Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons was an interesting experience. It was fun. I found it kind of hard to get into character. Maybe I'm just not good at role-playing games. I always considered myself a gamer before, but more of like a Nintendo, Super Mario girl, maybe just too much time in the 80s spent playing video games. Even with the Wii now, it's like put the controller down or you might not graduate. So I've kind of sworn off games until June because you can become very consumed with them. But the role-playing games, I really never got into. And like I said, it was just kind of hard for me to get into Dungeons and Dragons. But I can definitely see the appeal, and I can definitely see how they can work in my classroom and how my students would probably really enjoy them. I'm very excited to be exploring role-playing games right now because I'm teaching The Crucible in 11th grade American literature. With every unit I teach in American literature, we also explore the history and the background of why the literature was written, when it was written, who wrote it, just to see why is literature written, how does it come about, what are the causes, the effects of it. And with every unit, I could definitely see how role-playing could come into play, definitely with The Crucible right now. I spent a lot of time teaching The Crucible. It's one of the biggest units. And I was really looking for a way to kind of allow the students to connect with the story better, the literature, the time period, and, the same old projects and the group work together and acting out a scene. It just, it doesn't interest them that much anymore because it's been done. It's been overdone in every class they've had. So I was really looking for a new way, showing the movie, they'll just fall asleep, So I show clips of it, but I really want them to feel like they can walk away with a sense of understanding why it was written. We compare it to the McCarthy trials of the 1950s, when The Crucible was written, and even still, they're like, okay, communism, what's the big deal? I'm a witch? Yeah, right, that's ridiculous. And it's very hard for them to understand, no matter how much I explain to them 400 years ago, or what would you feel like if you were accused of something you didn't do and nobody would help you, or you couldn't get out, and they can't understand, and that's understandable. So I think a role-playing game would be a great way to allow them to get into character and see, oh my God, this is what it must really be like if somebody accused me of being a witch and I couldn't get out. I couldn't get out of it, or I'd be sentenced to death because some little girl told me, a grown woman, that I was a witch. So I think it'll be interesting. I think it'll definitely be interesting. I'm excited to incorporate it into my classroom. I'm excited to see what other kind of games I can use and will use as the year goes on, because I'm so sick of teaching the same things the same way over and over, so I'm always looking for new ways to teach, especially since you have to teach the same thing multiple times a day. I tell the students when they tell me they're bored, I'm like, okay, how do you think I feel? I have to teach it 3 times a day. I'm trying to never teach the same thing the same way in each class, and I really try my hardest to bring in movie clips and presentations and whatever I can do, because I can't just sit here and talk to them and have them talk back to me or just read the text and answer questions. It's going to put me to sleep. You might as well just have a robot teaching class. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. I've learned so much in this program already, but the gaming, I'm very excited about.